Hello, this is Dr. Swollberg with another edition of FAP Fitness, or Formulated Advanced Physiology Fitness. Now, I've been getting a lot of questions on my blog lately about what lifts are considered safe, what lifts are considered optimal, and how can I keep myself from attaining an injury. So today, I'm going to talk about two that I regard as unsafe, unnecessary, and completely foolish if you are a bodybuilder. So, we're going to revert to this diagram, and first we're going to talk about squatting. As you can see, here's a diagram of the human spine. Sorry for the mirrored image. We have the cervical region at the top, we have the thoracic region, we have the lumbar region, and the sacral region, which is not labeled. So, after 2 years of intense studies with my colleagues, Dr. Keith and Kevin Hodge, we have established that squats and deadlifts are no longer safe, especially for your spine. Now, I will revert you to figure 2, where I'll show you a prime example of why squats are not a very safe exercise. Now, as you can see, here's the spine again. Now this is here to represent the human leg if you're squatting below parallel. As you can see, there's a red X right here in the lumbar region. That X is clearly an example of SSU, or snap shit up. Now, that is a very scientific term actually. It was coined by Drs. Keith and Kevin, who I mentioned earlier. Now, as you can see in this diagram, when you have the force of weight on your cervical region pushing you down towards the ground, and then of course you have your quads pushing up from the ground and your posterior chain, it creates an extreme amount of pressure on this lumbar region. When there's this amount of pressure on a hinge joint, it's obvious what's going to happen. It's going to snap, which, like I said before, represented by this red X, is the site of SSU. Now, we're going to talk about death lifts because they cause death or paralysis. First, I want to discuss why death lifts are not considered safe. They have the name dead in them. Self-explanatory. Now I'm going to be referring to them as both death and deadlifts because the original term was death lifts. Like I said, self-explanatory. Now, let's refer to an acronym that I've developed in regards to deadlifts. Because they are called deadlifts, the acronym is DEAD, which anyone with a brain knows the definition of dead. Now, it's a very scientific acronym, so allow me to elaborate for you. D, don't. E, ever. A, attempt. D, death lifts. Very clever, correct? Now, if you attempt death lifts, you will SSU, or snap shit up, as I mentioned earlier. So thank you for watching this very scientific-based approach towards lifting and its effects on our anatomy, and I thank you, the viewers, for allowing me to express my thoughts and my research. Please subscribe, please like, please leave a comment and ask us questions. We highly appreciate it. Remember, FAP Fitness, bringing bodybuilding back.